What is up, everybody? It is I, Ronin, and today I'm coming at you with a learning how to play because, well, it's been a little bit since I did anything like this. School just wrapped up for me pretty much, so now I have the free time to get back to a normal schedule. And, yeah, we're doing a learning how to play for Time Thieves. So, the basic idea behind Time Thieves is to get out Redoer, and as he is the most important card in the deck, I think we should start by going over him. So Time Thief Redoer, generic rank 4, 2 level 4, 2 level 4 Xyz monster, requires 2 level 4 monsters, and once per turn during the standby phase, you take the top card of your opponent's deck and attach it to him as material. And, as a quick effect, once per turn, you can detach up to 3 different card types from him, that being a monster, spell, or trap, to activate a variety of different effects. By detaching a monster, it's banished till the end phase. By detaching a spell, you draw 1 card. And by detaching a trap, you can place 1 face-up card your opponent controls on the top of the deck. This is a hard once per turn. So, basic idea behind the deck, get Redoer onto the field and disrupt. And that's it. It protects itself by the monster effect. It lets you sort of dig through your deck with the draw effect, and disrupts with the trap effect. So honestly, a very good card. Does a lot of things. Has a decent attack and defense point value as well. So honestly, just an incredible boss monster. Beyond that, though, we also have the other Time Thief Xyz, which pairs well with it. Time Thief Perpetua, also generic rank 4, requiring 2 level 4 monsters. It has more defense points, which is pretty impressive. And it makes it so that during the standby phase, you can detach a material from this card to target Time Thief in the grave, except for itself, to special summon it. And as a quick effect, you can target 1 other Xyz monster you control to attach a Time Thief card from your deck to it as material. Each is a hard once per turn. So, basically, what Perpetua does is lets you get proper materials on your Redoer if you feel you need it. Beyond that, though, say your Redoer dies somehow. Shocking, I know. During the next standby phase, you can detach a material, revive your Redoer. From there, Redoer's effect will still proc in the standby phase, getting a material from your opponent's deck. And then you can also use Perpetua's effect as a quick effect to give it another material, so it's able to come back all nice and disrupty with a few more options, actually. So so getting these 2 on the field is kind of your main combo. Now let's talk about how you get to that point. Starting with the best setup that the deck has, Time Thief Regulator. It is a level 4 Dark Machine, and if you control no other monsters, you contribute to special summon 2 Time Thieves with different names from your deck in defense position except for itself. And when an Xyz monster you control is destroyed by battle while this card's in the grave, you can special summon it but banish it when it leaves the field. Each are hard once per turn. So, pretty cool. Obviously, it sucks if this gets ashed or something, so we do run a copy of Call by the Grave in the main deck to hopefully avoid that. Now, though, let's talk about the main things you're going to be summoning with this, that being Time Thief Winder and Adjuster. Starting with Winder, he is a level 4 Dark Psychic with 1800 attack and 1300 defense. He can special summon himself if a Xyz monster you control detaches a material from itself. And when this is normal or special summoned, you can add a Time Thief card from your deck to your hand except itself. Each is a hard once per turn. And then we have Time Thief Adjuster, which special summons itself from the hand when you normal or special summon another Time Thief. That is not itself. And whenever it is normal or special summoned, you can send a Time Thief card from your deck to the grave except for itself. You can only use 1 effect like this per turn, though, so really good to get it off of the normal summon or special summon it with Regulator. Now, for some good send targets, we have Time Thief Flyback and Time Thief Startup. Starting with Flyback, it is a trap card, normal trap. On the field, you can activate it to target Time Thief Xyz you control to attach a Time Thief from your hand or deck to it as material. However, by banishing it from the grave, you can target a Time Thief Xyz monster you control to attach 1 card from your opponent's graveyard to it as material. This can include things that you have, already stolen from their deck, or things that maybe you just don't want in their graveyard. Good example I can think of is like maybe Fiendish Sky Rhino for the BA matchup. So it's pretty cool. Less cool in the graveyard, but still decent, is Time Thief Startup. Is a quick play spell. Its on the field effect is special summoning a Time Thief monster from your hand, and during the main phase, you can banish it from the grave to target Time Thief Xyz you control to attach free Time Thief cards of different types, that being monster, spell, and trap, from your graveyard to it as material. You can only use one Time Thief Startup effect per turn, only once that turn though, so be aware. Beyond that, though, the only other Time Thieves we have that we would maybe want to send to the graveyard are Time Thief Chrono Quarter and a Bezel Ship. Bezel Ship can special summon itself from the graveyard by detaching Xyz material from a Xyz monster you control. And Chrono Quarter special summons itself from the graveyard when a face-up Xyz leaves the field by card effect, so that can include your Redoer banishing itself. However, it banishes itself when it leaves the field. Kind of like all of them have that effect. So yeah, that's the monsters. The only other Time Thief spell traps that we have are Time Thief Retrograde and a single Time Thief hack. We'll start with Retrograde because it's kind of the better one. It is a counter trap that can be activated when you have a Time Thief Xyz on the field. Negate a spell trap activation, and if you do, you can attach that spell trap as a material. So pretty cool. Good way to get more materials on your Redoer. And then we have Time Thief Hack. We only run it at 1 because it's less disruptive, which is kind of what Time Thieves do, but a lot more aggressive, and sometimes you just need to punch the big monster. But during the turn that they are special summoned, Xyz monsters you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, and your opponent cannot target them with card effects. You can also target an Xyz monster you control to have it gain 300 attack points for each material currently attached to it, and until the end of the turn. And if you have material that belongs to your opponent, it can attack directly. These are hard ones to return. So you build up a lot of materials on your Redoer until you need to sort of like protect it. So this is a great way to just make him really big, attack for game, or get over that really big annoying monster. In order to help support our strategy, because normally you would have to open with Winder, Time Thief, as well as a Time Thief Startup, or you would have to open with Startup and Adjuster, or just a Chrono Quarter, and that can be a little rough at times. So in order to help this, we do have some generic rank 4 support. For example, we are running a Summoner Monk. When it's normal summon, it switches itself to defense mode, and you can discard a spell card in order to summon a level 4 from deck, so that can give you a Winder Search or a Adjuster Send if you really want it. And we also run some potentially bricky spell cards, so it's a good way to get those out of our hand. We also have Luna the Dark Spirit. It's just special summons itself from hand by banishing a dark monster from your grave. It also has a standby phase effect, which is in theme with this deck. So much happens during standby phase, but it just burns your opponent for 500. I guess it's a way to sort of win in time if you really must, but yeah, that's about it. The other spell traps we have are obviously Allure of Darkness in order to sort of dig through the deck more, Foolish Burial Goods in order to send what we want to send, Upstart Goblin because this deck's not OTKing and digging is nice, Foolish Burial because sending a Chrono Quarter or a Bezel Ship is kind of cool. We have Infinite Impermanence as a generic sort of negation hand trap, and Double or Nothing because this deck absolutely spams rank 4s. So we are very capable of running the full Utopia Double Utopia set. So that's very nice. Beyond that, though, we just have some other generic good Xyz support. We got Baguska in case we are desperate for a play, Emerald for a little bit of recycling, Double A Zeus because why wouldn't you run this in a Xyz deck? We also have Boral Sword for OTK purposes, Nightmare Package for removal, and a card I love, Armalier, the Star Leader Dragon. Is a link to a dragon, just requires 2 effect monsters, cannot be used as link material, and it lets you target a face-up monster this card points to special summon a monster with the same original level from your hand to your zone this card points to in defense position with negated effects. These are hard ones for turn, but it's a kind of cool way to sort of extend into extra plays if we really want to, as well as getting some extra Xyz monsters onto the board. Now for the side deck, though, we have free Forbidden Droplets, Encased Dragoon, or Problem Monsters, 1 Feather Duster because back row is scary, 2 Lightning Storm in case you want to go second, free Ash because some decks just lose to that, an extra Bezel Ship in case you ever just want an extra Bezel Ship, 2 Gamecill in case you need to drop a turtle on it, and free Nibiru for Dragon Link. So yeah, that's the deck. If you are new here, we just go over a few replays. I tell you the combos, the things I liked, the things I didn't like, etc. and so forth. And yeah, all that being said, I will see you guys in the first replay. Okay, welcome to the first replay with Players. We are Tab, as per usual. I don't know how the sound is going to come out on this one, just because, as you can see, that happened. But yeah, so let's go ahead right in. And this is a pretty good hand, and I mostly picked this replay to start with because it shows ideally what the deck wants to do. Let's go and get right into it. So we are going to start by summoning our Summoner Monk. It switches to defense mode, dropping the Allure of Darkness because we can't really use it there anyways to summon our Adjuster. Adjuster is going to go ahead and put a flyback into the grave. From there, we just make Redoer, set a couple face downs, and pass turns. So from here, we have protection for our Redoer, Graveyard Interruption, a Spell Trap negate, as well as a Monster negate. So pretty solid for us, especially against a Ritual deck. But let's go ahead and see what they do. So he's going to go ahead and try to chain the Turning of the World to the standby phase. We are going to go ahead and hit it with the Retrograde, just because I didn't know if that was the only way he had to Ritual Summon, and draw is kind of nice. So we do steal the Turning of the World, as well as grabbing a extra Foolish Burial, probably to send the Herald or Indus or something. So he's going to go ahead and do some incantation things to get the searches. He needs to make those rituals happen. He's going to activate Cycle of the World to get Ruined Supreme Queen of Oblivion. She protects ritual monsters from being destroyed by card effects effectively, which works well with Demise, King of Armageddon. So he's going to go ahead and summon it. He's going to use Demise's effect to go ahead and try to blow up the field. And this is a play I'm particularly proud of. So we use the Impermanence, hit the Ruin, chain the Redoer to get it out of there and draw a card. So he just blows up his own board. So I am particularly proud of that play. We did draw the Winder, which is pretty nice. We take a little bit of battle damage, but it's fine because Redoer comes back during the end phase. We draw, Redoer goes ahead and gets the new material, which is Manju. We're going to go ahead and activate Flyback to get a spell on there, which we're going to use to get a draw because we kind of needed one. Then we're going to summon our Winder to get a search. We're going to summon Adjuster from hand, go ahead and just get the Hack to beat over the big monster. From there, we're going to make Perpetua, use Perpetua's effect to go ahead and attach another Flyback so we have that disruption. Then we're going to use Hack to go ahead and attack over Demise so he will not be able to blow up the field again. 1 card in hand, not where you want to be in a ritual deck. And then we got another Impermanence, so set that as well. So we're about set up here. We have Monster Spell Trap now, which is pretty great for us. He is out of luck with the Pencil Plume, so he is going to use Cycling of the World to go ahead and get a couple more cards back in hand, though. He is going to use Pencil Plume to go ahead and get some recovery going on. From there, we were going to use the Redoer to put something back on top of his deck so he wouldn't have the necessary ritual components, and he just surrendered at that point. And that's ideally what the deck does, just sort of minimum-wise. Just get Redoer, protect, disrupt, dig, and kind of just hope that's enough. So that's kind of the deck doing very, very well at a minimum. And next is going to be what happens when the deck goes off. So I will see you guys there. Okay, welcome to the second and final replay with Yukarimu, playing the strangest build of Sky Strikers I have ever seen. But yeah, they are going to be going first, which is not ideal for us necessarily, but we do have some going second options, as well as the ability to get some nice summons going on here. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So our opponent is going to start by activating the terraforming for extranet rather than, ace, which is kind of like what you want to get. So he's going to go ahead and set Scapegoat, as well as activate the 1 Day of Peace to go ahead and protect himself from battle next turn. He's going to activate the Foolish Bearer of Goods to send the Lost Wind, which is, I guess, fine. Activate the extranet, and here I thought, like, he's probably doing some, like, paleo stun bullshit, but no, this is Sky Strikers. So we are going to get the Summoner Monk, go ahead and drop the Call by the Grave to get a search. So we are going to search the Adjuster. From there, we're going to go into the Armorer. He will get his extranet proc, unfortunately, as well as the Lost Wind. We are going to go ahead and banish the Summoner Monk to summon our Luna the Dark Spirit. From there, though, we are going to use Armorer to summon our Adjuster, like so. And from there, we're going to make the Time Thief in defense mode because we can't really attack right now. And in case he had something really big, didn't want to deal with that. And then we're just going to set free face downs and call it a turn. So we do have a monster negate, a spell trap negate, protected for now at least. I don't remember what I actually got at the top here. As well as a way to just get something that we want. So we're in a pretty good spot here. So our opponent's going to draw to get the Vector Blast. Yes, Vector Blast. He is going to activate the Foolish Burial to send the Boxer. Which, let me see what that does, actually. Let's see. When it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, send it to the grave. You can place a counter on it. You can send this with 2 or more counters to the grave, special on Earth from your deck. Yeah, no, I really thought with Boxer this was Paleo Stun. However, our opponent is going to summon the Ray, which lets him summon the Rose, which then the Scapegoat to fill up his board, making Zeke. Extranet will let us draw. He will go ahead and try to use Zeke to banish our Redoer, probably try to force out the Redoer. We did thankfully have the Impermanence at free. So we did draw the Foolish Burial. He's going to try to activate an ability. I don't think he realized what Imperm did. He's going to just attack over the Armorer, get the Rose out. Rose is going to go ahead and negate our Redoer because the Shizuku is there now to get a search. We're pretty good though. So we are going to steal the Dust Tornado. This is before I mentioned that he only has the 5 Sky Strikers in here as well. So we're going to switch to attack. Go ahead and send our startup because we're going to be having a flyback here in the grave in a second here anyways. So we're going to go ahead and attack over the Shizuku. He's going to try Lost Wind. Thankfully, we do have the retrograde to take that, so he won't be able to get it back from the grave. Shizuku dies. We go ahead and attach the Dust Storm in the end phase to draw and put something back on top of his deck. So he's going to draw the Ray. We're going to steal the Shark Cannon. From there, he's just going to quit. Probably because his deck is jank, but you know, maybe he just disconnected as well. And yeah, that's kind of, again, just the deck's ability to sort of play through a lot of things. It's pretty solidly able to do that, just with the proper sort of generic support, like free Imperm, free Retrograde are very helpful. Time Thief, Redoer being able to protect itself and disrupt. It's very hard to keep Time Thief, Redoer down, honestly, and I think with stuff like Hack as well, and ways to get it like your Winder, honestly, it's just a very difficult deck to pin down and deal with, and I appreciate that a lot. I think that's really cool. But yeah, all that being said, like if you liked, comment if you have something to say, and subscribe if you want some more. This has been Ronin, signing off.